and welcome to the Targeted Individual Program. Um, Quick recap of my targeting. Same thing continues as I've been speaking about for many, many years. Particularly today, I went to pick up my son from school, and they let them out in the gym. So as I entered the courtyard to the school, as I was going to enter, this young Spanish lady, probably in her 20s or so, walks up towards me, showing me a water bottle in her hand. The way she held it, it was like, "Here, look, I got a water bottle in my hand. That's supposed to signify something." And the school faculty let her walk out through the entrance. Now, there's an entrance and an exit. So when you pick up your kid, you have to go to the other door, right? Which is on the left side. But because they knew I was coming to pick up my son, they had this woman come out of the entrance, right? Uh, and they let her walk out with her kid. And again, she had this showing me this water bottle in my hand. I mean, granted, today is a hot day; it's 84 degrees. But the fact that she came out of the gym to the entrance, not the exit, because she's not supposed to come out that way, and the fact that it didn't stop her, because I myself had picked up my son and tried to go out that same entrance, and they always stop me and say, "You can't go that way, you got to go the other way." So allow her to exit out that way, particularly as I'm entering inside the school, the gymnasium. Of course there was some sort of subliminal message for me. So today must be, let's psychologically harass Nigel with Spanish women, right? Particularly, they look South American, Mexican, or Colombian, or what have you. And so, I was like, okay, pick up my son as I'm walking. And as I get to the block, another Spanish lady standing at the gate by the church at the end of the block. And she sees me. She takes out her phone. She looks at it. And then she goes like this to me. And, earlier on during the day, as I was parking the car, there's this older gentleman that lived across the street in this building. And they always use this guy to target me. So he comes out with his garbage, and he's constantly doing this. Right? And by the time he exit out the building to go to the garbage, which is about maybe less than 10 feet away, he did this about 8 to 9 times. Okay? And that's because they knew I was outside, because I had gotten out of the car and I was waiting for 10 o'clock so I can leave and come upstairs. And so I knew today they were going to start with the harassment. And it started from last night. So let me tell you. And the reason why I have this page on psychologicalharassment.com called Sexual Harassment. Those of you who've listened to my call and talk show, I talk about how the perpetrators, your normal, and I wouldn't say they're not normal, but your everyday persons that you may pass on the street. So the guys, they're constantly holding their crotch whenever they see me. And the females, they're staring right down at my crotch. Okay? And it's very blatant. Very blatant. Then they want to use the mother of my two kids to I guess, do their bidding. They'll either manipulate her through microwave to target me. So last night, about 12 o'clock at night, a little after 12, there was all these police sirens going off. So I'm there on the couch. I'm trying to put my daughter to sleep, and her mother comes in, and she, I guess, wanted to be intimate, and I said no. The reason being because I knew that they had triggered her to get her to try and have sex with me, so that they can, with their perverted mind, watch. All right, and this is they watch through satellite, so you're under surveillance 24/7, and they basically watch you, whether it be infrared or through the remote neural monitoring. They basically watch you having sex, and you know, I don't really care, because I know something that they may go around and show it in secret or have you, but they'll never do it in public because of course they're a bunch of cowards. They do all this stuff, but they do it behind a psychological harassment program, psychological torture program, and a let's not say anything about it program. Okay, so after all the sirens was going off, now I knew something was up because the minute they stopped, she comes into the living room and she's like, "Hey, put her to sleep and let's go." I'm like, "No, I'm good." And so this morning, I knew I was going to be in for a heavy dose of targeting because my because I didn't do what they expected or what they wanted me to do, which was to go and have sex with her so they can watch me. Um, you know, they were the look on their face was telling. And when you're a target, because these specific type of targeting is geared towards you, and so exactly, the expressions on their face, what they convey, and I guess they were angry, they were mad, and so today earlier on, again the police sirens, and I go to pick up my son, and of course they had, these street theater, the skits again. Like I said, as I entered into the gymnasium, the Hispanic lady, uh, walking towards me. She's not supposed to go out that way, but they allow her to, simply because they wanted to talk to her. And of course, like I said, she kind of held up. As soon as she saw me, she kind of held up the water bottle, and and then the faculty, they were all doing this, to me. And so, it was. I'll tell you, these people are they're really sick. They're really sick and perverted people. And it's like I said, it's all about control. It's all about trying to control your actions, trying to control your life, and since they can't do it physically, they want to do it psychologically, right? And that's why I'm on this website, because this website is very important. Okay, because the sexual harassment that I receive is all part of targeting. And I'm sure if you're a TI male or female, you go through this. If you're a male, it might be a little difficult for you to recognize it, because us as male, we tend to be, we will fall easily for honey trap. I mean, not me, but I have in the past, but I've learned, and a lot of male TIs continue to fall victims to the honey trap, and so you have to be aware of that. So again, the use of Hispanic women, like I said, and this is a blitz, and they do this from time to time. Sometimes they'll use predominantly Jewish women, sometimes they use predominantly, African American women. This time it's predominantly Hispanic women, particularly from South America. And so, it was very, very interesting going through this and seeing this. Here you hear the police sirens again, all through it during the day today. So, I guess when, as a target, when you don't, and you learn, to spot the traps and to spot the manipulation and what they're trying to do. And so, you have to be aware of that, so today in particular, because they are constantly trying to send me subliminal message about taking away my disability, as I'm walking down, grown men and women, they'll have like change in their hand, and they'll stop and they'll stare, they'll shake the change, or they'll shake their keys as they're walking by, and they do it. And the reason why, especially with the keys, like I said, because before, early on in my targeting, I was going to family court, and they used to have the court officers harass me. They would walk past me and shake, grab their keys and start shaking it in front of me. And this was a constant thing that they do every time I went to a family court and I sat in the hallway. They would do this. So now I'm not in that situation. Now they have, the perpetrators doing the same thing, and they'll do it because, like I said, whenever they feel they have the upper hand in some way, they'll do it. And then they'll always take out their cell phone. They'll constantly take out their cell phone, look at it, put it back in their pocket or in their purse, for the purpose, because they're not receiving a call, so it's geared towards you. And it's not because they use their cell phone as a weapon of a directed energy weapon. That's not it. So if you're a TI and you think that's what it is, that's not it. The cell phone is to let you know that you're under surveillance and they're listening to your communication via cell phone. That's why they do that. It's a constant reminder of you being under surveillance and them having your cell phone tapped. Okay, and so it's something that we go through on a daily basis as TIs, and I constantly talk about this coercive mind control tactic because this is exactly what's being done on the psychological level, as well as the use of microwave to manipulate you, the TI, and the people around you. Okay, so you also have to recognize that too, because there's two different things here when it comes to the psychological coercive persuasion, mind control tactics. All right, and one is the scripts or street theaters, the silent subliminal messaging that goes along with the street theater, and there is the microwave mind control weapon that they use, and that is to manipulate you, the TI, to condition you to put things, put words, put phrases deep in your subconscious, put ideas or commands into your subconscious mind so that it will emanate in your conscious when you're conscious, or when you're in your conscious state. And so you got to recognize those two. All right, and so I just want to do a quick video just to talk about what happened today, and particularly what happened last night. Again, trying to manipulate me into having sex so they can watch me as I'm having sex, and the fact that I didn't, they were pretty much upset, and so now they start sending me a subliminal message using Hispanic women, Mexicans, and people from women from South America, because they have a distinctive look to them, so you can tell, and and the sirens, the sirens it's a signal for them. Just like last night, the police siren going off, that was a signal to the kid's mother, hey, this is what we want you to do, so they listen out for the sirens and then they act accordingly. But when you're a TI as long as I've been, you kind of recognize those things, and you understand. So, but I didn't want to play their game. I just didn't want to play the game, and so now they're pretty upset. So now it's threatening with taking away my disabilities, threatening with using these Hispanic women, I guess, as some type of false witness, or to say that we're going to use these women to file false charges against you, that sort of thing. With these people, it's who knows? It could be anything with these people. But the main purpose of that is to to intimidate you, and to manipulate you in the process. All right. And so you have to look out for that. So anyway, this site is called psychologicalharassment.com. I'm constantly talking about this website as well as others. But here you have a whole list of things that you can read about and research. And they've done a lot of research. So if you want to learn about how they use colors, right? They use colors against us in a negative way, and to counter that, you want to learn how to use it and associate it with positive things. And so, if you go into the positivity section right here, it'll tell you the positive effect of color, positive association of colors, and you can do that. And it also teaches you stress management and reducing stress. Very, very important things that you have to look up and you have to read about as TIs. Okay, so just a quick video on what was happening, especially with my targeting, because again, they're becoming very aggressive and sending me subliminal threats, and you know, it's like I said, they do it from time to time, and of course, I gotta do a video to expose it. You know, all right. So thank you very much.